Alright, welcome to the next part of the, what if Deku had Martian Manhunter's powers, what if? Where we left off is where they were pulling up to the school, all cool, you know, relaxing, shooting some b-ball outside the school. And, they pull up, and Ida's there, he's like, alright, nice to meet you. They're just like, hey? Sounding very confused because he's so straightforward and kind of weird. And they both go sit in the back. Bakugo puts his feet up on the desk, and Ida decides to walk up to Bakugo like, excuse me, Bakugo Katsuki, will you please remove your feet from the desk? And Bakugo is just like, no. Ida's like, I have to make sure everybody in this class remains civil. And Bakugo just looks at him like, why? You literally aren't class rep or nothing. Literally E-rel elf ant for you, okay? Yes, I know it's irrelevant. That's a joke. Anyways, they're arguing. Uraraka actually decides to walk up to Deku and thank him for saving her life. And he's like, it's no issue. And he's kind of blushing because he thinks Uraraka's like mad cute. So Deku actually decides that maybe he wants to shoot for her number. So he's like, hey, yo, Uraraka, can I cop your number real quick? And Uraraka is like, I bet. Hell yeah. And then Deku's like, took one day and I already got hoes. I sound ridiculous. Anyways. So Deku cops Uraraka's number, and right after that is when a sleeping bag will stand up, and they all just look at it just like, hey yo, what the fuck? And Deku's like, there's somebody in that sleeping bag, our teacher. And everybody's like, hey yo, what do you mean? And then the sleeping bag slowly unzips, and you just see Aizawa just standing there, and he's just like, hello everybody, welcome to the first day of class. Took you guys 32 seconds to shut up. Yeah, next time it better be 0. We're gonna go practice your physical exam. We're gonna figure out where you guys are at. And yeah, meet me outside at the training field and get your training gear on. And yeah, alright, see ya. And then he goes and slides back into his sleeping bag and slowly crawls out there. And when they get out there, Aizawa's just like, hey, yo, this is where you can use your powers. Because in high school, you guys were forced to just use your regular strength. You couldn't use super strength. You couldn't use telekinesis. You couldn't use anti-gravity. You couldn't use anything. You had to use your actual strength. And so Aizawa passes a ball to Izuku, and it's just like, hey, yo, you got the high scores, and out of everybody here, I want you to throw this ball. And Izuku's like, alright. And then he looks at Aizawa. He's just like, 1 or 2. Aizawa's like, what do you mean? Izuku's like, I got 2 powers that can throw this ball really far. You just choose which one, 1 or 2. And Aizawa's like, 2. And so Izuku decides to use his psychokinesis. And that's when he throws the ball and uses his mind to just throw it even higher into the atmosphere, so he gets infinity on his thing, where Bakugo gets actually about 1,300, where he originally got like 786 or something like that. Anyways, Izuku got tied with Uraraka for the highest score on that. Then it's the rest of the physicals. Izuku has insane stamina, insane super strength. Bakugo does fine, everybody does fine, but Izuku still gets the top score like always. And so they actually finish up on the training for the day, and Aizawa takes them all back to the classroom and is like, tomorrow you will have another teacher right after me. Just be prepared for another physical type exam. And so they're like, oh, I wonder who this teacher could be. Maybe President Michael. Would that be cool? Or maybe even Mount Lady. She's so hot. What's his name says? Mineta says. And anyways, so the school day ends up ending, and so Deku and Bakugo end up going to Deku's house. Inko makes some supper, they play video games, they chill, and they're like, hey yo, we actually got into UA! Today was actually so fun! And so, they decide they're hella excited for tomorrow since they get a different teacher. Maybe this one will be more enthusiastic. So they show up to school the next day, and Aizawa's like, alright guys, you guys have regular classes until after school, which is when you get your hero training. So, alright, here we go. And then throughout the entire school day, they learn math, English, stuff like that. And right at the end of the school day, when it goes into hero training, Aizawa is like, alright, it's time for the new teacher. Here you go. Prepare for your physical exam, and you get your suits. And so, Aizawa was like, I wasn't supposed to spoil that. And so Aizawa ends up running out. Well, not running out, walking out. And next thing you know is you hear, I am here. And it's All Might pulling up, and he's just like, hello, everybody. Ooh, it's nice to see you again, Midoriya. I think I just fucked up my headset. That's unfortunate. Anyways. Everybody just looks at Izuku like, hey yo, you've met All Might? Izuku's like, yeah, kinda. He found the sludge villain who I had knocked the fuck out when he attacked me. And All Might's like, watch the language, young Midoriya. And Midoriya's like, my bad. Anyways, so they continue on. And All Might's just like, so today will be heroes versus villain training exercise. There'll be 2 teams of 2, and you'll be selected as each. Before I get into the details, go grab your costumes. Can't be a hero without one. And so they all go to the wall where all their costumes come out. And Izuku this time has like a cool like cape, and then he has like the weird thing in the middle of his chest. Basically what Martian Manhunter looks like in the thumbnail. Except he doesn't transform into Martian Manhunter. Eventually, they actually finally get out there. All Might explains the rules. So what I'm going to do for the pairs is I'm going to put Izuku and Uraraka on the same team, like in canon. And then I'm going to put Bakugo and Jiro on the same team. Yes, I made the team the love interests of this. Don't judge me. Anyways, so Bakugo actually is like, hell yeah, she actually kind of cute, not gonna lie, hey yo. But Bakugo looks at Izuku, he's just like, hey yo, remember, not full strength because you whoop my ass, alright? That'd just be completely unfair. Choose 2 powers and that's it, please. Actually, just no psychokinesis. But other than that, choose 2 powers. And Izuku's like, okay, Bakugo, I got you. And so, Uraraka's like, what's that about? And Izuku just looks at her and says like, don't worry about it. And so the test begins, and they enter the building slowly. Oh yeah, Izuku and Uraraka are on the hero team, Bakugo and Jiro on the villain. And the test begins. It's really cool. Izuku goes invisible and slowly walks up all the stairs where he sees Bakugo at some point, but he ignores him. He's like, Uraraka, you got this. And so Izuku slowly gets up to the top. He just lays his hand on the bomb, goes uninvisible, is just like, I touched the bomb, guys. And Bakugo's like, damn it, I forgot he could go invisible. I should have remembered this. And Izuku's like, you said just don't use psychokinesis. You didn't say when I couldn't use invisibility. And Bakugo's like, damn it, I know. Anyways, so after that, All Might was like, wow, impressive, young Midoriya. Bro, I know my impression is so goddamn cringy, but like, it's cool. And so All Might and Bakugo continue. Not All Might. Izuku and Bakugo continue on. They have a chat, and Bakugo actually decides to run back. He's just like, "Hey Jiro, I thought we were a pretty good team back there. I tried. Izuku's just insanely powerful. Would you mind if I could get your number? And Jiro instantly starts blushing insanely. It's just like, yeah, sure. And she writes it down for him and passes him the paper. It's like, and she's just like squealing inside. Does Bakugo be looking kind of alright in this, alright? And Izuku actually decides to go home with Bakugo. They hang out, and then they both text Jiro and Uraraka. And Izuku is just like, hey Uraraka, would you like to go to the movies or something sometime? And Bakugo is just like, hey yo Jiro, would you like to go to dinner sometime? And within a few minutes, both of them reply yes, because they're hella interested. They think the guys are cute, and the guys think they're cute. They're like, hell yeah, ayo, bet. And so, Uraraka, Jiro, Bakugo, and Izuku decide to actually make it a double date. And they all go to, like, the movies together. And then right after the movies, they all go to dinner together. And so, after this insane date, later on that evening, they all go their separate ways, except Izuku and Bakugo. Bakugo decided he's staying the night at Izuku's house, and Izuku and Bakugo just play video games. They're chatting. They're like, "Hey yo, bro, we got some cuties." I'm sorry, I have a way too high pitch for that. And they're like, "Hell yeah, we get the bitches." Yes, I did that weird slidey thing with my voice on purpose. Anyways, so they end up going back to the school the next day, and that's when Aizawa tells them about the what's it called, when they go to that dome with the black hole hero. Anyways, I forget what it's called, the UA incident. We're just gonna go the location of the UA incident. And so Aizawa explains that they're doing that for some hero training, and that they need permission from their parents for the next day. And so they all get done with that day. It was a basic day, and they go home. They get permission from their parents, blah blah blah. And then we go to the next day. The next day, Izuku and Bakugo both go to school like usual, and they all get on the bus. They arrive, and Midoriya is just like, how many people are supposed to be inside Aizawa? And Aizawa's like, just a black hole hero. And Izuku's just like, I'm telling you, it's not just a black hole hero inside there right now. I promise you it ain't. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, I can read minds of many people. There's probably about a solid 50 people in there right now. And Aizawa runs in and he's like, hey, are there people supposed to be in here? And the black hole hero is like, no. And Aizawa's like, oh no. And then he tells the black hole hero to come with him. And then that's when Warp Gate guy, he comes and grabs the black hole hero. He's just like, ha ha ha. You're going nowhere. And that's when Izuku actually decides, yeah, we ain't fucking with this right now. And I'm not willing to get into an actual fight. So what he does is he gives the Warp Gate guy the most insane headache he could possibly have. And he uses his psychokinesis to grab the black hole hero, and they dip. They tried to catch him, but then Izuku is just like, alright, I have to do this. And he uses his mind powers to literally just knock them all out. And so they all head back to UA, and they're like, what happened there? That was bad. And Aizawa ends up going to Principal Nezu? I think that's his name. And telling him about the issue of what happened. And Principal Nezu's like, oh no, that's bad. Good thing Izuku was there, or you could have all died. we need to speed up the training and we need to do it now. And so they say, all right, they're all going into the UA Sports Festival. And so they end up deciding that they're all going and they all want to participate and it's going to be fun for them all. And so they just wait on the UA Sports Festival for a couple months, I'm going to say. I'm going to push it back a bit. But during this 2-month period is when they meet Todoroki and actually have a conversation with him. And Todoroki, Izuku, and Bakugo were all talking. And Todoroki is just this cold guy, like he's being a twat and stuff. And Izuku stomps down with his super strength and says, Todoroki, stop being that emo fuck right now before I beat your ass. And Todoroki is just like, I'd like to see you try. And that's when Izuku uses his mind powers and puts like all the information of like about him, like how strong he quite literally is. And Todoroki is like, fuck, I can't fuck with him. Fire makes him a bit weaker, but can't do much against him. This is not good, not good, not good. And so Izuku is just like, however, I have strength comparable to probably All Might with all my abilities combined. I don't think he could beat me in a fight. So what I will do is I will be training you guys. And so for like a week and a half straight, without stopping, they don't even go home. They let they call their parents every day to let them know, but they don't go home. They stay out in the woods. And every single day for a week and a half straight, they're training and training and training to the point where Todoroki has finally been forced to use his fire side by Izuku. Izuku's like, first things first, fire isn't only your father's ability, so fuck off with that. Second thing second, Todoroki, if you don't use your fire side, you will never become that strong. You get too cold with your ice. Your body is meant to balance it out with ice and fire. So either you use your fire side or I refuse to train you any longer. And with this conundrum, Todoroki finally decides to agree. He's just like, okay, I guess I'll use, damn it. And then he shoots a giant fire at him, and Izuku gets significantly weaker, but not quite weak yet. And that's when he goes intangible. So Martian Manhunter has the power to just like walk through things, like he can make himself intangible. That's when he goes intangible and walks towards Todoroki. And once Todoroki's done spewing his flames, he puts his hand on his shoulder. It's just like, you did good, Todoroki. You did good. And so Izuku praising Todoroki like that actually made Todoroki genuinely kind of happy. He started crying because he'd never been praised like that, not so genuinely. And so Todoroki ends up becoming best friends with Izuku and Bakugo. And yeah, so I think that's actually where I'm going to end off this part. I know it's a bit short, but I want to save the UA Sports Festival to start off the next part. So yeah, I know it's only 18 minutes, but it should be fine. But right now I want to mention a what if that I'm going to do, because somebody in my comment section actually gave me this bright idea. Because personally, I like One Piece, and I'll probably do some One Piece what ifs. But sometime in the near future, in the next couple months, I'm probably going to do a what if Naruto was isekai'd into One Piece what if. And I want to know what you guys think of it. So if you guys managed to get this far into the video, and if you want to see a One Piece X Naruto, well, what if Naruto was in One Piece what if, I want you to type Naruto plus One Piece in the comments. And yeah, that is it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace!